Live inside Ulen Ice Arena, it's time for some hockey, a top 5 matchup this afternoon in the state of Wisconsin as your University School Milwaukee Wildcats take on the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe's. Good afternoon and welcome. Cam McGuire here standing ringside, if you want to call it that, on top of a forklift down in the offensive end for the USM Wildcats. We're live. The opening face-off is underway. And 7 seconds into the contest, the Old Abe's ice the puck. So an offensive zone draw here coming for the Wildcats, who start up front with Ethan Mann, Ethan Tomes, and Jack McGregor on the back end, Garrett Cox, and Charlie Keogh. Tomes wins the face-off back, but here come the Old Abe's rushing through center. Peyton Platter will play it off the far side. Glass and the Old Abe's are in on the attack down to our right. Kehoe, a nice defensive effort, trying to play it up to the neutral zone. It's kept alive, however, by Easton Talk. Wildcats back the other way. Tomes tries to escape pressure from Luke Lindsay. Now Lindsay up through center. Vogel will slap it back into the Wildcats' offensive end, where it's settled down by Kyle Strenke, the junior goaltender here this afternoon for the Old Abe's, and for the Wildcats going with the junior Jack Strader down to our right. Lindsay trying to peel away from pressure for the Old Abe's. Just about a minute gone by here in this afternoon's contest. Thanks for joining us in an offsides call against the Old Abe's. Well, it's been 10 days without a game for the University School of Milwaukee, coming off a 10-3 win against Whitefish Bay. That coming back on December 8th, the record of 5-0 for the Old Abe's, 2-1 coming off a 6-0 loss to Hudson on Thursday night. These teams top 5 in the state, the Wildcats 3 and the Old Abe's 4. Here comes Ben Malosi, will slap it up to Michael Vogel, and it's sent behind the Old Abe's end line. Pinching down from the right point is Michael Kennedy. And now Woods is smashed up against the boards. Gets the puck back, however. And now 2 Eau Claire players converge on him. Malosi, Woods, and Ringgold out up front for the Wildcats. Kennedy and Vogel on the back end. Comes Connor Byrne for the Old Abe's. Junior skating defenseman tries the indirect pass. It's taken by the Wildcats, number 10, Peter Ells. But here comes Eau Claire Memorial up the left wing side. Christian Tavar sends it into the far corner. Slams on the Jets. He's pinned up against the wall by Kennedy. Kennedy now gloves it down. Junior defenseman plays it over to the right side to Ells. Ells gets across the blue line. He'll dump it down into the far corner. In on the forecheck. Taken over by Brady Moore for the Old Abe's, and it'll be an icing call here against Eau Claire Memorial. 14:49 here to go in the opening period. No score between the Old Abe's and the Wildcats. We'll see a face-off to the glove side of Kyle Strenke. Junior goaltender, 5'8", 145 pounds for the Old Abe's. Eau Claire Memorial in the white uniforms, black helmets, black gloves and black pants. The Wildcats in their navy and yellow uniforms, navy helmets, navy pants with yellow trim down the side. Puck played through the neutral zone. Here comes Ells, will get across the red line. Sticked aside by Strenke, and USM will go for a change. Gathered up by Sam Brennan, sends it over to his defensive partner in Luke Erickson. Now the puck played back through center. Here comes Jack McGregor, the freshman forward, coming off a 6-point game against Whitefish Bay, 3 goals and 3 assists. In that 10-3 win, like we said, 10 days since the Wildcats have been on the ice in game action. A practice last night for the Wildcats, and we mentioned the Old Abes coming off a 6-0 defeat up at Hudson on Thursday night in an offside call here against Eau Claire Memorial. The Old Abes, coached by their head coach Mike Collins, who's actually not here this afternoon, took a stepped on a puck in practice last week and actually cracked some ribs. So it's going to be a collective effort from the assistant coaches here. One of those, Andrew McCabe, the brother of former Wisconsin Badger and now Buffalo Sabre Jake McCabe. Old Abes will send it back down deep into the Wildcat ends, and here comes Mann. Ethan Mann across the red line, out of the blue. That's fought off by the blocker of Strenke. Here comes Eau Claire Memorial up the right wing side. It's Christian Tivari, the junior forward, skated into the corner. Nicely done by Michael Kennedy. Wildcats will look for a breakout here. 13-16 to go in the opening period. Still no score between the Wildcats and the Old Abes. 2-on-2 battle now. On the back wall in the Wildcats' end. And rushing down from the left point is Luke Lindsay for the Old Abes. He'll send it off the kick plate. And the puck reverse to the far side. Wildcats can't clear. And once again, another offside call against Eau Claire Memorial. Wildcats will send out the line of Melosi, Woods, and Ringgold. Kehoe and Cox will man the back end. Cox batting at the puck. Now he gloves it down, takes a hit up high. No penalty call. We knew it's going to be a physical test here this afternoon. It certainly was on Thursday night up in Hudson. Between Hudson and Eau Claire Memorial. Now dancing through the defenseman was Jack Campbell. His shot goes just wide. Wildcats will flick it out to the neutral zone. Stick down by Connor Byrne. You'll notice him on your screen in front of you. 6'5", 185 pounds for number 10 in white. Schrader will come out and play the puck. And a stoppage in play with 12:14 to go in the opening stanza. Still no score here this afternoon. Looks like the goaltender and Schrader. Little equipment issue on the, looks to be the left pad. And now he'll weasel his way back to the bench. And Michael Polston will take over here. We'll keep an eye on that one all the way down to our right. And a defensive zone face-off here for the Wildcats. Thundercloud to take it for USM. And Brady Moore for the Old Abes. And now Polston will come back to the bench, so it seems to be a quick fix. On the bench to our right for Schrader. Looks to be still getting some work done as the 5 respective players from each side stand at the far circle. Both linesmen, the referee, are also in the circle, not looking at the bench. Like we said, it must be an equipment malfunction. And we'll continue to trek along here. Well, it looks like Schrader's exiting the bench now, and he'll head to the locker room as Polston will take over. We'll keep you updated on that as we continue along here. We're back to action as the Old Abe's pressuring in their offensive end as Cole Fisher zips one wide from the neutral zone. Polston will stick it aside. Comes off the end glass, and he'll put his mid on top of it and seal it away for a faceoff. Exactly 5 minutes gone by here. No score between the Wildcats and the Old Abe's as both teams will swap out personnel. McGregor, man, and Tomes. As Eau Claire Memorial pressuring down to our right with their top unit of Joe Kelly, Peyton Platter, and Carter Olson. As here comes Kelly. Kelly peels off the Jets near half boards. Kept alive in the offensive end. A big hit from McGregor on Easton Talk. And here comes Mann hooked up on the play, and we're going to have our first penalty call here this afternoon. It's going to be 2 minutes for hooking against the Old Abe's. So the Wildcats will go on the power play, looking to strike first. 11:24 here to go in the opening period. Easton Talk, who sits 2 minutes for hooking. Face-off directly below us here is won by the Wildcats, but taken over by the Old Abe's, and they'll clear it just on the other side of the blue line. As USM going with Ben Malosi, Ethan Mann, Jack McGregor, and here comes Ethan Tomes. Charlie Keogh as well. Here's McGregor directly below us. Out to the point to Keogh. His shot blocked down by Tavari at the top of the point. Mann will pinch it along here to McGregor. Walking up the near side half wall. Top of the point to Keogh. Over to the right side to Tomes. Tomes back to McGregor. Top of the left circle. 1:20 left on the man advantage for the Wildcats. 10:40 to go here in the first period. It looks like we're going to have matching penalties assessed here, as number 13, Trevin Kizon, will sit 2 minutes, and Ben Malosi will sit 2 minutes. So we'll stay 5-on-4 here, 10:39 to go in the opening period. Still no score, 1:15 left on the Wildcat man advantage as they'll switch out personnel. Wildcats win the draw. Cox at the right point, his shot blocked down. Here comes Joe Kelly racing through center. Pokes it behind the end line. First one in, takes a spill as he loses an edge. And now Vogel will try to clear. Kelly able to get back, however, and corral the puck in the far corner. Wildcats out with Els, Vogel, Woods, Cox, and a Ringgold. As the Old Abe's look to kill time here, Lindsay back in his own end. Lindsay will try to pitchfork this one the length of the ice. And here goes Peter Els to the forehand. Tries to get around number 21, Peyton Platter, but a good back check from number 21 in white. And Eau Claire Memorial will get another clear. Time winding down here. One last rush, 15 seconds to go on the power play. Here goes Ringgold. Ringgold will play it off the end wall. Takes a hit from Andrew Parrott. And here goes Byrne. Byrne out of his own ends. Over to the near side to Parrott. Power play expires. As Mann looks to corral the puck at the offensive blue line for the Wildcats. Drops it back for McGregor. McGregor will skate it into the far side corner. Takes a big hit up against the end boards. We'll roll it back up to the point. Coming down low is Kennedy. And the Old Abe's able to clear it. Here's a 3-on-1 chance. Peyton Platter, left circle, over to the right side. Good defensive effort there from Charlie Keogh, who slid down. And a 3-on-1 for the Old Abe's and no shot. Not even a shot on net. Not even a shot attempt. Eau Claire looking to clear. Back out to the center ice logo. Here comes Brody Bernicki. His shot kicked aside by the right leg of Michael Polston. Swatted away into the corner. And it looks like we have an interference call against the Wildcats, so the Old Abes will head on the power play with 8:31 to go in the first period. Still scoreless here inside Ulen Ice Arena. Face off to the glove side of Polston. Won by the Wildcats as they'll look to clear here. Melosi swatting at it and drops it back for Ringgold, and Ringgold will send it the length of the ice. Played by Strenke, the junior netminer, and he quickly works it up to the neutral zone. Joe Kelly, the captain here for the Old Abes. 7 points in 3 games this season. Led Eau Claire Memorial last season with 49 points in 23 games. Playing in career game number 50 here with 89 points to his repertoire. Lindsay pinches in from the left point. Wildcats able to get a clear, however, courtesy of Michael Kennedy, and they'll go for a change. 1:13 left on the Eau Claire power play. 7:40 here to go in the opening frame. Still scoreless between the Wildcats and the Old Abes. Man looks to clear, kept alive at the right point by Kizon. Kizon over the far side to Lindsay. His shot save made by Polston, and he'll hold on for no further play. Face off to the blocker side of Schrader, who's back in net for the Wildcats. Like we said, he exited a couple minutes ago, and equipment malfunction it seemed to be. Looks to be fixed. As Eau Claire attacking here on the man advantage. 42 seconds left in the power play. A shot from Tavari snatched away into the webbing. And it looks like they're going to call a crease violation against Eau Claire Memorial. Face-off will come just outside of the Wildcat blue line. Els wins it forward, but it's settled down by the Old Abes. Brennan over to Byrne. Connor Byrne sets things up now. Wildcats out with Ethan Tomes, Peter Els, Charlie Keogh, and Ethan Mann, and Eau Claire will go offside here with 6:52 to go in the opening period. 21 seconds left in the power play for the Old Abes. Melosi to take the draw for the Wildcats. Kelly wins it forward for the Old Abes. USM able to get it clear back into the offensive end. Corralled up by Lindsay. Quick pass up to Platter. Platter Sam's on the brakes. Top of the right circle. Looking for the pass to Kelly. Instead it's in on net and sticked off into the protective netting by Schrader. And an offensive zone face-off here for Eau Claire with 6:37 to go in the opening period. And we're still scoreless here. 6 seconds left on the man advantage for the Old Abes. Face-off won by the Wildcats. They'll clear it through center. And they're back to full strength. So both teams 0 for 1 on the power play here this afternoon. As the puck played up into the ceiling, face-off will come just outside of the Eau Claire blue line. As the Old Abes will swap out personnel. Wildcats will go with Woods, Melosi, but a quick change here. So on now is Els, Thundercloud, and Ford up front. Kennedy and Vogel on the back ends. Old Abes win the face-off. They'll work it quickly up to the neutral zone. Puck played in front of the scorer's table, batted down directly below us here. That's settled down by Brennan. Peter Els in on the forecheck. Now Vogel pinches down from the left point. He'll sweep it along the end boards. Picked up by Brennan. His backhand pass up to the near side to Bernicki. And now Els tries to swat it across the blue line. Backhanded in the offensive end by Thundercloud. Corralled up here by Erickson. Erickson's pass out to the neutral zone, picked off by Garrett Cox and sent back into the offensive end for the Wildcats, who are in the midst of a line change up front. Puck corralled behind his own blue line by Kyler Ringgold. The junior forward takes a hit right in front of the scorer's table, but the Wildcats still able to maintain the puck. Here goes Charlie Kehoe. He takes a hit right in front of the scorer's table as well. Connor Byrne tries to spin away from pressure of Ben Malosi. And here come the Old Abes attacking down to our right. Trevor Kizon skates it behind the end line. Takes a hit up high from Cox. Good hit from number 6 in Navy. 5 minutes to go here in the first period. Play picking up, especially on the physicality side of things. Here's Malosi. High slot. Turns away from pressure. Lays it along the boards. Puck will roll across the kick plate. Byrne now will settle things down for the Old Abes. Big 6'5" junior defenseman. Indirect pass off the wall to Peyton Platter. Platter skates it to the near side. Finds Olsen. His shot. All right, leg save from Schrader. And here goes Mann, 1-on-3, streaking down the right wing side. His wrist shot and a stick save made by Strenke, as that one came quickly off the stick of Mann. Top unit out here for the Wildcats. Mann, Tomes, Sam McGregor. There's USM back in their defensive end. Kennedy looks to clear up the near side. Save made by Schrader. The shot coming courtesy of Joe Kelly. Mann's indirect pass intercepted right in front of the penalty box by Luke Lindsay. Puck battle ensues. Mann comes out with the puck across the blue line. Takes a hit from Olsen, stays on his feet. And Eau Claire will send it deep into the Wildcat end. 3:49 to go here in the opening period. We're still scoreless inside Ullin Ice Arena. A top 5 matchup here on this Saturday afternoon. The Wildcats 5-0 on the season, ranked 3rd in the state. And Eau Claire Memorial 2-1, ranked 4th in an icing call here against the Old Abes. Els, Thundercloud, and Ford up front. Cox and Keogh on the back end. Marcus Thundercloud wins it back, but it splits the defenseman. And the puck will roll back into the Wildcat end. Puck played in front. Big save made by Schrader on Brady Moore. As Schrader's made a couple big saves here in the first period. The 6'4" goaltender standing tall. Down to our right. Thundercloud to take the face-off against Moore. 2 left-handed shots. Face-off glove side of Schrader. Thundercloud wins it back into the near corner. Puck will reverse to the far side to Vogel. Plays it up quickly to Els. Abe's pressuring the puck quickly here as Moore back out to the point to Erickson. His pass intercepted by Thundercloud, racing through center. Kicks it out to the right side to Ringgold. Ringgold shot wide. Corrals along the near side boards. And taken over by the Old Abes. Puck played down in the neutral zone by Vogel. Indirect pass up the wall to Peter Els, and Els will just knife it on into the offensive end for USM. 2:41 here to go in the opening stanza. Still scoreless between the Old Abes and the Wildcats. Good looks from both sides. We mentioned a couple of big saves from Schrader here in the opening 17 minutes of play. Vogel sends it to the near side here to Cox. Junior defenseman plays it up the left wing boards to Kyler Ringgold. Taken over by the Old Abes. They're in the midst of a line change, and they'll just send it deep into the Wildcats end. Cox will settle it down here. Looking for the stretch pass into the feet of Byrne, and it's going to be an offside call against the Wildcats. 2:06 here left to play in the first period. As Malosi Woods And Ringgold, the forward unit on for the Wildcats. Face-off won by the captain for the Old Abes, Joe Kelly. Back out to the neutral zone. Platter trying to find Kelly, streaking through the center ice logo. Good defensive effort there by the Wildcats, and they'll send it deep on in behind the end line. Burton trying to peel away pressure from Woods. Works up the wall to Joe Kelly. Across the red line has his pocket picked by Cox. And here comes Malosi, and it's going to be the late offside call against USM. They'll touch up, and the forwards will go for a change. In transition, here come the Old Abes. Carter Olson spins away from pressure. Out to the point to Andrew Parrott. His wrist shot, rebound left in front. Backhand shot, save made by Schrader. Byrne back to Platter. Platter's pass intended for the high slot, intercepted by Tomes. A stretch pass from Kehoe to McGregor out of his reach, and a defensive zone face-off here for the Wildcats with 67 seconds to go in the opening period. We're still scoreless between the Old Abes and the Wildcats. 13s will battle in the circle now. Tomes for the Wildcats and Kizon for the Old Abes. Face-off won by USM, back deep into the near corner. Coming out with the puck is Ethan Mann. Plays it up to McGregor, but it's taken over, and it's taken by Kizon. Played up into the protective netting. And they'll rule the face-off just outside of the Eau Claire end here. As it looks to be, they're going to talk this one over. And it will come outside of the USM end. Old Abes win the face-off back behind his own blue line. Luke Lindsay, junior defenseman, plays it over to the near side. It's batted through the neutral zone as the referee gets in the way a little bit. That's swept back in behind the goal line of the Old Abes. Easton Talk has his pocket picked by Ethan Tomes. Well, here come the Old Abes racing through center. 22 seconds to go. A 3-on-1 if they hurry. Shot save made by Schrader. Shot coming from Christian Tavari. 15 seconds to go. The Wildcats look to send it back into their offensive end and eat away the clock. Eau Claire able to send it back deep into the Wildcats' end. Down to 4 seconds here. Icing call going to be made, but the horn will sound. The conclusion of period number 1. No score between Eau Claire and the University School of Milwaukee. We'll take a pause in the action here. Quick Zamboni ride. And we'll be back for period number 2 in just a moment. Welcome back inside Ulen Ice Arena here as we get ready to drop the puck for period number 2. No score after 17 minutes of play between the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes and your USM Wildcats. Thanks for joining us here this afternoon for a matinee contest, a top 5 matchup. The Wildcats ranked number 3 in the state and the Old Abes number 4. Puck is down, we're underway in the offensive end. Shot whistle just wide from Ethan Mann. Wildcats attacking left to right here in the second frame. It's the Old Abes in the offensive end directly below us here. Dragging the point now. Lindsay shot sticked aside by Schrader, who made a couple of fantastic saves in the opening 17 minutes of play as we're deadlocked at 0. Back out to the neutral zone. Wildcats out with McGregor, Tomes, Mann up front, Kehoe and Cox on the blue line. Kehoe swats it free to Mann, intercepted at the point by Byrne. His shot whistles wide off the end glass. Mann trying to poke it back, Lindsay. Lindsay lays it off the backboards, out to Olsen. His shot off the side of the cage. Olsen has his pocket picked by Kehoe, who leave it for Tomes. Tomes back to Kehoe. And Kehoe will send it the length of the ice. A slow roller, icing going to be waved off. And what in the world was that? The clock, which reads 15:45 left in the second period, lit up like a Christmas tree for a second there. I think it said 19 something at one point. The horns sound. We'll get this sorted away here. And we'll have an offensive zone face-off up for the Wildcats with Woods, Malosi, and Ringgold. The forwards out. Vogel and Kennedy on the back end. Malosi takes the face-off against Tavari. And it's played back behind the end line. Taken over by the Old Abes. They'll rush through center. Pass intercepted by Vogel, who will send it deep into the near corner. Byrne over to the near side. Vogel pinches down from the left point. Sends it off the kick plate. And kept in the offensive end by Ringgold. Ben Malosi in on the forecheck. Leaves it back for Kyler Ringgold. Kennedy will wrap the puck along the end glass. Good offensive zone pressure here from the Wildcats, finally broken out to the neutral zone. 2 minutes gone by here in the second period. Still no score between the Old Abes and the Wildcats. 32 goals in the first 5 games for USM, as we mentioned earlier, coming off that 10-3 win back on December 8th. Puck sent the length of the ice. Christian Ford, Haskell, Moe, and Peter Ells up front as Ells' shot whistles just wide. Old Abes struggling to clear the puck here in the opening 2.5 minutes of play. Shot from the left point, blocked down by Sam Brennan. And it's bumped back into the offensive end, far corner by Thundercloud. Turnaround shot from Ells, sent just wide. And now poking in as Cox, loose puck in front, sticked off by Strenke, and back out through center. Wildcats will go for a change and an icing call against Eau Claire Memorial. Exactly 3 minutes gone by here in the second stanza. Still no score between Eau Claire and USM. Power play for each team in the first period. Both teams 0 for 1, however. Face-off down to the right will be taken by Ethan Tomes, the junior forward, trying to kick it back to Michael Kennedy at the right point. He does. Kennedy tries to roll it along the end boards. It's back out through center. Stick down by Michael Vogel. Delayed offside call. The Wildcats touch up and are in on the forecheck. Vogel pinching down from the left point. Send it to McGregor. McGregor works the cycle down low with Tomes. And a whistle and a stoppage of play. Face-off will stay in the Eau Claire end. Same unit still out. Tomes has McGregor lined up, wins it back to the faceoff. His shot pinballed into the stomach of Strenke. And a faceoff will come in the identical spots. So it's the junior Ethan Tomes. Has the freshman Jack McGregor to his left and the senior Ethan Mann to his right up front. Old Abe's win the faceoff. Here comes the captain Joe Kelly. Gets his way around Vogel. Good pressure from Tomes. And a right toe save made by Schrader. Working out of the zone by McGregor. Up to the left wing boards to Mann. It's taken over by Eau Claire. Peyton Platter up to Easton Tokay. Tokay has his pocket picked by Mann. Back behind the Old Abe's goal line. Kept alive at the left point by Kennedy. Kennedy will swat it into the far corner. Peeling away from pressure is Lindsay. Luke Lindsay upended by McGregor. Kept alive in the offensive end. Man out to the high slot. Stick save made by Strenke and swatted aside into the far corner. 12:42 in the second period. No score, but the Wildcats have had a couple of good looks offensively and are pushing the pace here as they work it out of their own end. Garrett Cox sends it back into the offensive end, taken over by Byrne, and Byrne escapes pressure of Reed Woods. Big 6'5" Connor Byrne. Byrne, outer right circle, centering feed, sent just wide by Brady Moore. Out to the left point, shot whistles wide from Andrew Parrott. And it will be sent up into the protective netting by Kyler Ringgold, and the faceoff will come directly below us here inside the USM end. Peter Els, Axel Moe, and Kyler Ringgold out up front. Thundercloud and Cox out as well. Els sends it to the left wing side, and icing going to be called here against the Wildcats with 11:52 to go in the second period. Still no score. As we mentioned, USM coming into this afternoon's contest 5-0. The Old Abe's 2-1. Their only loss coming to the second-ranked team in the state, 6-0 on Thursday night to Hudson. And really the first test this season for the Wildcats, if they've kind of cakewalked their way here. 7-4 win over Edgewood, a 4-0 win over Bayport, 5-2 over Fond du Lac, 6-0 over Beaver Dam, and 10-3 against Whitefish Bay. So outscoring their opponents 32-9 in the first 5 games. Shot sent just wide by Trevin Kizon. Coming down from the left point in the offensive end for the Old Abe's, Brennan centers to the high slot, sticked away by Kennedy, and here comes Peter Els. The senior forward will get across the red line, takes a hit from Jack Campbell. Gets it in the offensive end, but Eau Claire back the other way. 1-on-3, puck coughed up. And Kennedy tries to clear it to the neutral zone, sends it over to McGregor. And McGregor plays it off the far glass. Back down in. Time here for Kennedy. Out to the left side. Setting things up behind his own net is Lindsay, pressured by McGregor. Lindsay's pass intended for Carter Olson, just ahead of him, and an icing call against Eau Claire. With 10:39 to go in the second period, still no score between the Old Abe's and the Wildcats. Tomes will take the face-off to Kyle Strenke. And the Old Abe's win the draw. Here comes Easton Talk, and icing call going to be made against the Old Abe's. If you're just tuning in this afternoon, glad to have you along for the ride. Cam McGuire here standing, like we said earlier, on a forklift. Very great setup I personally like it. I'd like to give a shout out to a USM Wildcat alum, T.R. Bell, who's back in the Chicago area listening at home, a 1992 state champion. We'll have another offensive zone face-off here for the Wildcats. Face-off won by the Wildcats. Thundercloud shot blocked down. As Mann, Tomes, and McGregor out up front. Cox and Thundercloud on the blue line. Here comes Lindsay for the Old Abes across the blue line. Wrist shot into the shins of Thundercloud. Taken over by Olsen. Olsen backhands it to Platter. Platter outer left circle over to Kelly, and a left pad save from Schrader. Best save of the afternoon from Jack Schrader as Peyton Platter found Joe Kelly in the right circle, and sliding over to the far post was Schrader and able to make the save. Really the first look that Eau Claire has had here in the first 8 minutes or so of the second period, as we still skate scoreless. Kennedy at the right point, sends it behind the end line. As Malosi trying to free up the loose puck over to Vogel. Vogel will sweep it behind the goal line. Ben Malosi out with Woods and Ringgold. And the puck will be sent behind the goal line. Icing called here against Eau Claire. I also should recognize here this afternoon the help from the staff, specifically Josh Miller, who's to my right, filming here for the second period. A big thanks to Josh for getting us set up here this afternoon. Offensive zone face-off won by USM. It squirts free out to the neutral zone. Like I said, we have the forklift here. We're up high above the glass, and we have a filming power play coming up for the Wildcats. It's going to be getting us set up here this afternoon against the Old Abes zone face-off won by USM. 2 minutes free out to the neutral zone. Like I said, we have the forklift here. So a hit up high, as you can see there, and 8:49 to go in the second period. USM on their second power play this afternoon as they look to break the ice here. They'll send out Ethan Tomes, Ethan Mann, Ben Malosi, Jack McGregor, and Charlie Keogh. Tomes wins it back to McGregor. Over to the right point to Keogh. Keogh's wrist shot blocked by Byrne. Keogh gets it back. Near side half wall to Tomes. He'll spin it down behind the end line. And the near corner to Mann. Back to the top of the point to Kehoe. Guides it over to his left to McGregor. Out of his reach. Old Abes looked for a clear. Kept alive for a second, but a good stick there from junior forward Carter Olsen. And the Wildcats will have to regroup back in their own ends. 1:26 left here on the man advantage. 8:12 to go in the second period. Still scoreless. As the puck coughed up through the neutral zone. Wildcats look to fight it back, but it's the Old Abes who come out with it. Malosi finally able to take control for USM with help from Charlie Keogh. And a penalty is going to be called against Keogh. 8:12 to go in the second behind the goal line. Scoreless. Malosi and Keogh are going back for the neutral zone. Wildcats look to fight it back, but it's the Old Abes who come out with it. Malosi finally able to take control for USM with help from Charlie Keogh. And a penalty is going to be called. So we'll skate 4 aside for 1 minute and 7 seconds, and then the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes will go on an abbreviated power play that's 53 seconds. But 4-on-4 hockey here with 7:56 to go in the second period, still no score. Face-off won by the Wildcats, back in their defensive ends. As Ringgold takes a hit from behind, no call made. Vogel looks to shimmy his way out of his defensive end. Pass up to Reed Woods, right wing side. Woods trying to dodge around the check of Easton Talk. And now sends up to Peyton Platter. Platter's pass coughed up. Here comes Woods with it on the backhand. Tries to drop it back. Gets a shot on net. Sticked away by Strenke into the far corner. Vogel pinches down from the left point. Sends it down to Woods. Woods, Ringgold up front. Vogel and Kennedy on the blue line. Here come the Old A's. Slamming on the Jets is Kizon. Sends it deep into the near corner. Here's Lindsay. Shot sticked aside by Schrader. Out to the left point, Lindsay. His shot zips wide. Out to the right point. Knifing this back in the offensive end was Talk. But played back through center. And we're going to have an icing call here against the Wildcats with 6:53 to go in the second period. Still no score. Face-off glove side of Schrader, won by the Old A's. Byrne at the left point, and now Eau Claire on the power play for 52 seconds. Cox battling behind his own goal line as Tomes comes in for some support. Eau Claire able to control the puck. Byrne at the left point. Byrne, near side half wall directly below us here to Carter Olson. Feel like we could almost touch Carter Olson from our vantage point here, and he's just about 6 feet below us here. Here's Peyton Platter, right circle. Platter walks the line, wrist shot. And a good shot block from Tomes up into the protective netting. And the face-off will stay. Feel like we could
in the
almost touch
end for the
Carter
Wildcats.
Olson from our vantage point here. And
the Old A's work
just
in
about
the
6 feet
puck
below
here
us
on the
here.
outer side. USM doing a nice
Peyton
job on the
Platter,
penalty
right
kill
circle.
keep him to
Platter
the outside.
Walks the line, wrist shot.
And Platter shot right
and
there.
a good shot
block
block from Tomes. Defensive zone draw to the glove side of Schrader. Face-off won by the Old A's. At the left point is Lindsay with it on his forehand. Tried to go to the back door to Tavari, broken up by Mann and cleared the length of the ice. Ells in on the forecheck. Peter Ells walks the top of the left circle. Now out to the right point. Power play ends for the Old A's. So both teams 0 for 2 on the man advantage as we're in a defensive battle here this afternoon between the Wildcats and the Old A's. 5:41 to go in the middle stanza, and we're still scoreless. Mann will wind things up behind his own blue line as he sends it up to Ells. 3-on-2 rush over to the right side to Thundercloud. Thundercloud trying to center it to the top of the point. No one there. And here comes Brady Moore with it on his backhand. Takes it for a skate. Played out in front. Kicked aside by the right leg of Schrader. Battle ensues on the near side wall. Thundercloud comes out with it. Gets across the red line. He needs a change, and he'll get one. Vogel on the far side for Malosi. Malosi takes a big hit there from Sam Brennan. Back up on his feet. And here's Brennan. Pass intercepted by Kennedy and swatted behind the goal line. And Lindsay going for the stretch pass here on net, and Schrader will play it out to Kyler Ringgold. Ringgold trying to center it to the far wall to Malosi. It's scooped up by Reed Woods. Woods finding Malosi. Back to Ringgold. Ringgold below the left circle. Peels out to the near side. Centering feed. Sticked aside by Strenke. Out to Kehoe. Glove save made by Strenke. Charlie Kehoe trying to center it to the left wall to Malosi. It's scooped up by Reed Woods.
Here from Reed
Woods and
finding
Malosi.
Good pass over to Malosi.
Back to Ringgold. Ringgold below the left circle. Peels out to the near side. Centering feed. Sticked aside by Strenke. Out to Kehoe. Glove save made by Strenke. 4:23 to go in the second. Still no score. Jack McGregor, Ethan Mann, and Ethan Tomes out up front for USM. Garrett Cox and Charlie Kehoe on the back ends. Joe Kelly behind his own goal line for the Old A's. Now they race through center, out to Platter, and the Old A's go offside. Top line of Joe Kelly, Peyton Platter, and Carter Olson. All members of that 2003 birth year Team Wisconsin team with Ethan Mann and Ethan Tomes. As Kelly will take the face-off against Tomes. So the top line's out for both teams. I mentioned all 6 of these forwards members of Team Wisconsin, including Jack McGregor with the U15 team. And here goes Olson out to Platter. Platter trying to get around Cox. Cox does a nice job to angle him to the boards. Cox now trying to locate the puck. Bumps Platter off the puck. And now Mann. Mann gets around Olson behind his own goal line. Quick pass up to McGregor. McGregor smartly leaves it for Tomes. Here comes Tomes across the attacking line. Winds up and sends it just wide off the end glass. 3:12 to go here in the second period. And we're still looking for our first goal, ladies and gentlemen. Byrne back in the offensive end. Puck bobbling in front, loose in front, and went just wide. Oh boy, the old Abe's Christian Tavari thought he had that one as he threw his hands up in the air. But it was sent just wide of the far post, and now it'll be cleared the length of the ice by the Wildcats. As the old Abe's look to get on the board there. That one as he threw his hands up in the air. But it was sent just wide of the far post, and now it'll be cleared the length of the ice by the Wild. Face-off, blocker side of Schrader. And Els with the shot block. Delayed offside call against Eau Claire. Vogel sends it up to Els. Els will dump it down in behind the end line. Peter Els, Marcus Thundercloud in on the forecheck with Kyler Ringgold. Vogel and Kennedy on the back end. Good stick there from number 5 in Navy. They get it back. Stick save made by Schrader as Tavari sent a backhand shot off the paddle of the 6'4" goaltender. It's going to be an icing call here against the Wildcats. 2:04 to go in the second period. Still no score. Face-off glove side of Schrader. Puck will squirt free to the neutral zone. Molosi, Ringgold, and Woods. The 3 forwards on for the Wildcats. Cox and Kehoe out up front as USM looks for a clear. Woods will kick it up to Molosi. Molosi over to Ringgold. Ringgold trying to send it back to Molosi, but it's the old Abe's who take control as Kehoe is tripped up on the play. No call made. Kehoe back in his own end, being pestered by Cole Fisher. Kehoe up to the near boards to Woods across the red line. Now across the attacking line. He'll smartly dump it into the far corner and go for a change. 66 seconds to go here in the second period. We're still scoreless. Top line out for USM. Mann, top of the point. Backhand sent over to the left side, near side half boards to Vogel. Defenseman out in front to McGregor and sends it just wide. Great play by Michael Vogel to walk down the left wing boards. As the Wildcats looking to keep it in the offensive end, they'll be backhanded out to the neutral zone and swept into the near corner by Peyton Platter. Gathered up by the senior defenseman Michael Vogel. Out through center. And here goes Ethan Tomes. Tries to dance around the defenseman. He does, but it was sticked away by the back pressure of Joe Kelly. 20 seconds to go here. Vogel will knife it up to Tomes. And here comes Platter. 2-on-1 chance. Peyton Platter, forehand, backhand, sent it just wide as he tried to beat Schrader through the wickets. And with just 3 seconds to go, USM back through the neutral zone. And the horn will sound. 2 periods of play.
We'll knife it up to
in the
Tomes.
books. We'll take one look here at that final
Here
play.
comes Platter.
Peyton
2-on-1
Platter,
chance.
boy.
Peyton
Platter, forehand, backhand,
He
sent
had
it just
Schrader
wide
beat
as
if
he
he
tried
kept
to
it
beat
over and
Schrader
tried to
through
tuck
the
it behind
wickets.
the left
leg. Tried to go through the 5-hole. And no score through 2 periods of play between the Old Abes and the Wildcats. We'll take a pause in the action here, and we'll see you when we resume for period number 3 coming up next. We welcome you back inside Ulen Ice Arena on a Saturday afternoon. 2 periods of play in the books. And just like how we ended the first period scoreless, well, what do you know? We're scoreless after 2. Puck's down and we're underway for the 3rd period. Cam McGuire here with you, standing alongside, I guess we're going to call him our production assistant, videographer, Josh Miller. As the Wildcats and the Old Abes exchanging some good looks in the first 2 periods. But we'll wait and see who strikes first. Mann, Tomes, and McGregor out up front for the Wildcats. Cox and Keogh on the back ends. Wildcats able to clear it through the neutral zone. Picked off by Mann and alone, tripped up on the play, and we'll see what will come. Will it be a tripping call or a penalty shot? And will go down as a trip. And a good play there from the senior Ethan Mann, able to split the defenders. Pick off the pass in the high slot, and the Wildcats will look to strike on their 3rd power play of the afternoon. As Easton Talk will sit 2 minutes for tripping. Just 44 seconds into the 3rd stanza. Old Abes win the faceoff and will send it the length of the ice. Marcus Thundercloud, Kyler Ringgold, Peter Els. Up front, Garrett Cox and Michael Vogel on the back ends. Puck rolling in front. Tivari in on the forecheck for the Old Abes. Takes a hit from Cox, and here goes the senior forward, Peter Els. Els across the blue line, upended on the play by Andrew Platter. And now Thundercloud battling in the near corner with Ringgold. Thundercloud comes out with the puck. Out to the far point to Keogh. Back to Thundercloud. Shot goes just wide off the end boards. Corralled in front, and a right toe save made by Skrenke. That one hit off the kick plate and back out to the front, and Skrenke able to get his left toe on it. 1 minute to go on the power play for USM. 15-15 to go in the 3rd period. No score between the Old Abes and the Wildcats, as USM in the midst of a line change. We'll send out Ethan Tomes, Ben Molosi, Ethan Mann, Charlie Keogh, and Jack McGregor. Keogh over to the right side to Mann, who drew the penalty across the attacking line. Outer right circle. Peels away from pressure as he slams on the brakes. Out to the right point to Tomes. Top of the point to Keogh. Trying to find McGregor near half wall. A good stick there from Trevin Kizon. And sent the length of the ice. As time is winding down on the power play. 12 seconds to go. Taken over by Kizon. Out in front to Platter. It zips just over his stick. And the power play will expire for the Wildcats. Back to full strength with 14-14 to go in the 3rd. Here comes Mann across the attacking line. Over the backhand to the forehand. He raises it just high. Out in front. Els winds up. His blast fought off by the shin guards of Sam Brennan. And as Lindsay will sweep at the length of the ice, going to be an icing call here against Eau Claire. The blast from Els. Good block in front. An offensive zone face-off here for the Wildcats. Thundercloud will take it. Ford to his left, Els to his right. Kennedy on the right point and Vogel on the left. Christian Ford banks it off the near side boards. Els now in on the forecheck. Swept to the far corner by Brady Moore. Moore out to Bernicki. Wildcats look to corral the puck. Kennedy across the red line. Will dump it on into the near corner. Collected behind the cage from Byrne. Byrne skating his way through center. Pass over to the left side to Moore. Moore to the high slot to Bernicki. And he can't get a shot to go. And an icing call now against the Wildcats with 13-17 to go in the final period. Still scoreless. See a good look there from the Old Abes. And an icing call against USM. Defensive zone face-off. Won by the Wildcats, sent over to the left point. Brennan keeps it alive in the attacking end for Eau Claire. 3 minutes gone by here in the third period. Still a scoreless hockey game. Mention a top 5 matchup here this afternoon in the state of Wisconsin. The number 3 ranked University School of Milwaukee Wildcats, and number 4, the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe's. Puck battle 2-on-2. Wildcats able to win it. Moe sends it into the corner as Ringgold applies the forecheck. Broken out through center. Here comes Luke Erickson. Erickson, the junior defenseman. Backhand shot just wide and takes a big hit from Kehoe. Kelly bobbles the puck at the left point. Delayed offside call against the Old Abes. Cox through center to Ringgold. And Ringgold will bat it on into the near corner and go for a change. McGregor, Tomes, and Mann up front with Kennedy and Vogel on the back end. Vogel races after this in the near corner in the defensive end. Kicks it up to Mann. Mann trying to escape pressure as he takes a big shot block from Joe Kelly, and here comes Ethan Mann across the attacking line. With it on his backhand, corrals it, trying to dance around Lindsay. Back to the near side half boards. Vogel left point. His shot sent just wide. Wildcats can't keep it in. And it's going to be an icing call against Eau Claire. 11:36 to go in the third, and we're still scoreless. Face off. Far circle here with Thundercloud right and Ringgold up front. Kennedy and Vogel on the back end. Face-off won by the Old Abes. Kennedy pinching down from the right point. Ties it up along the dasher. 3-on-2 battle. Numbers in favor of the Wildcats. Kennedy trying to kick it free. It's out to the neutral zone. And here comes Cole Fisher. Forehand shot. Good block from Vogel. Out to the left point to Talk. Talk to the near point to Lindsay. His wrist shot sent wide. Picked up by Christian Ford. He'll back in this one to Vogel. Over to the near side to Kennedy. Stretch pass far side to Christian Ford. Gets around the defender. Here's Ford. Far circle. Shot left pad save from Strenke. Thundercloud able to scoop the puck up. Near slot, and it's Rosen into the stomach of Strenke, courtesy of Kyler Ringgold. Good look there from the Wildcats. Christian Ford. Shot save made by Strenke, and then Thundercloud able to apply the pressure, pick the puck back up. Get another look in an offensive zone face-off here for USM. Cox's shot from the right point into the feet of the forward Jack Campbell, and corralled up by Kizon out through center. Kizon for Byrne. Byrne pulls it to the backhand, being angled into the corner by Kehoe. Nicely done. Over to Cox. He'll backhand this one. Icing going to be waved off. Els is in. Els over to Ringgold on the backhand. Couldn't get the shot to go. Out to Els. Big windup into the shins of Connor Byrne. And now back through center. The Wildcats touch up. 10 minutes to go in the third period. Back and forth action here. As here goes Kyler Ringgold. Ringgold back through center. Knocked down on the play by Byrne. Olsen back the other way. Schrader comes out to the right post. He'll put his mid on top of it. Stealed away for a face-off. .45 to go in the third period. Still a 0-0 hockey game here this afternoon. Face-off right side of Schrader. Broken out to center ice. McGregor will slap it down into the near corner. McGregor, Tomes, and Mann out up front. Kennedy, Vogel on the blue line. Good stick there from Michael Kennedy. Delayed offside call against Eau Claire. Stretch pass up to Ethan Mann. Trying to work his way around Luke Lindsay. Angles him into the near corner. Mann and Lindsay will battle. Puck sent out to the left point. Hops over the stick of Vogel. Does a nice job to recover and sends it back into the offensive end. The late offside call as it's settled down by Easton Talk. Pass up to Kelly. Joe Kelly spins away from pressure. Indirect pass out to the left point. Knocked down by the Wildcats, and a slashing call against USM as they'll head on the penalty kill with 8:48 to go. 2 minutes for slashing to number 6, Garrett Cox. And Eau Claire will look to answer the bell here. As the Wildcats will send out Kyler Ringgold, Ben Malosi, Michael Vogel, and Charlie Keogh. As Malosi takes the draw. One back by Kizon for the Old Aves. Byrne, top of the left circle. Good block from Malosi. And Vogel tries to backhand this one out of the zone. It hits Malosi back behind the goal line. Kizon will set things up. Near side half boards. Over to Sam Brennan, top of the point. Over to Byrne, outer left circle. Cross zone pass. Good stick from Ringgold. Connor Byrne across the red line. Drifts down into the near corner. Slams on the Jets. Left point. Back to Byrne. Byrne out to Jack Campbell. Wrist shot. Shot blocked from Malosi. 1:15 left on the man advantage for the Old Aves. 8 minutes to go in the third period. Still no score. Left pad save from Schrader. The shot coming from the left circle from Kizon. Gets it back. Top of the point. Brennan. His shot rings off the iron. The near side post. Oh boy. As the Wildcats looking for a clear here. Kept alive. Left point by Byrne. Rolled along the dasher. Over to Carter Olson, near side half boards. Joe Kelly to Tavari, and a blocker save made by Schrader. Wildcats can't clear. Brennan, a big shot block from Kyler Ringgold. 37 seconds left on the power play. Byrne, another big shot block. That's 3 in a row for the penalty killers on the ice, blocking shots. Ringgold, Malosi, Keogh, and Vogel. A shot and a goal. Carter Olson, a power play tally for the Old Aves, and he gives Eau Claire Memorial a 1-0 lead. As Olson walked to the high slot, able to shoot it through traffic and beat Schrader low near post. It's a power play goal with 7:12 to go in the third period. Restart at center ice is picked up by the Old Aves. So the junior Carter Olson has broken the ice. 1-0 for Eau Claire. Out to Platter. He rings it off the crossbar. Olson, Platter, and Kelly. And we're going to have a cross-checking call. And it looks like it's going to go against Eau Claire. Happened right in front of the USM bench. With 24 seconds after Eau Claire broke a 0-0 tie, it'll be Luke Lindsay sitting 2 minutes for cross-checking as the Wildcats head on the power play. Face-off directly below us here. Tomes, Mann, McGregor, and Malosi. Keogh on the blue line. Keogh will settle things down behind Schrader. Bumps it out to the left side to Tomes. Racing through center. Out to the left circle. Has it knocked off his stick by Talk. 3-on-1 battle. Puck squirts free. And here come the Old Apes, a 2-on-1. McGregor on the back check, Tavari. And a stick save made by Schrader. Back out through center. Bobbling puck. Malosi tries to clear a delayed penalty call. It's going to come against Eau Claire, as they let the Old Apes touch it. Man, it's going to be a 5-on-3 advantage for the Wildcats for 1 minute and 11 seconds. A tripping call against Easton Talk with 5:59 to go. And the Wildcats will elect for a timeout. And we'll set the scene for you. 5:59 to go in the third period. A 1-0 lead for the Old Apes as Carter Olson struck at 10:48 of the third period. See the penalties in front of you there. 2 minutes assessed to Easton Talk for tripping. Luke Lindsay still in the box for cross-checking, 1 minute and 11 seconds. So the Wildcats elect for the timeout as they'll come back onto the ice. 5-on-3 for that 71 seconds. A 5-on-3 advantage here. Tomes will take the face-off. McGregor to his left, man back behind his left shoulder, lined up. Over to Malosi. Malosi back to man. 5-on-3 power play here for USM. Man, top of the left circle. Over to Kehoe. Down low to Tomes, trying to find McGregor on the near post. Too hot to handle just behind him. Man, over to Kehoe. Kehoe's shot redirected up in the protective netting. Faceoff will stay inside the Old Abe zone as it was deflected off the stick of Connor Byrne. Draw will take place, far circle. Tomes against Kelly. 5-on-3 for another 51 seconds. As the Old Abes try to clear, kept alive in the zone by Kehoe. Kehoe walks the line. Over the top of the left circle to man. Down low, lower left circle to McGregor. Back to man. Back to McGregor in between his feet. Over to Tomes. Now McGregor waiting, out to Kehoe. His wrist shot blocked down by Kelly. Kelly is able to clear it the length of the ice. Old Abes need a change. The Wildcats will look to push the pace here. 5-on-3 for another 15 seconds. And it will be 5-on-4 for 46 seconds. 5 minutes to go here in the third period. The Wildcats trailing 1-0. Man cuts to the high slot. Over to the right circle. Up to Kehoe. Back to man right circle. Over to Kehoe near circle. Wrist shot, scores! Power play goal from Charlie Kehoe. And we're all tied at 1 with 45 seconds to play. Patience, patience, patience from Ethan Mann at the right circle as him and Kehoe play a little give and go. And Kehoe with the wrist shot, beating Strenke low glove. As it'll go down as a 5-on-4 power play goal for the Wildcats. Face-off, back, big save made by Schrader. At 12:15 of the third period, Charlie Kehoe, the senior defenseman, with the equalizer. Back below, trying to wrap it on the near side post is Platter. This line, their top line of Peyton Platter, Joe Kelly, and Carter Olson. Attacking in the offensive end down to our right. Peyton Platter swings out to the near side. Over to Lindsay. He rises it just high. Kept alive at the left point by Easton Talk. Now back to Lindsay. Paddled off by Schrader. Wildcats need a clear. Olson sends it in on net. Sticked aside by Schrader. He'll put his mid on top of it and hold on for no further play. .340 to go in the third period. Third period goals from Carter Olson of the Old Abes and Charlie Keogh for the Wildcats. Defensive zone draw for USM. Won by Eau Claire. Byrne, outer left circle. Ethan Mann, Jack McGregor, Ethan Mann, Peter Ells, Kyler Ringgold, Garrett Cox, and Ben Malosi out on the ice. Malosi able to cause a turnover. Out to the right point, unloading on a slap shot as Andrew Parrott. Save made by Schrader. Banked back out through center. Mann able to pick off the pass, and now it's Malosi who comes out with the loose puck. Racing down the left side, able to dodge around a check and bump it on into the near corner. Picked up by Tavari. 1-1 score here, 2:50 to go in the third period. Ells in on the forecheck, tying Byrne up against the end wall. Ells, Tomes, McGregor, Kennedy, and Mann. As Ells goes for a change, Woods now enters the ice. Here comes Kennedy, up to McGregor, left wing side, and the Wildcats will go offside. .228 to go in the third period. Face-off coming outside of the Eau Claire blue line. McGregor, Woods, Combs, Vogel, and Kennedy on the ice for USM. Face-off, one back. Kennedy will hammer it on in behind the goal line. Puck wraps along the end boards, near side here. Vogel pinches down. Puck will squirt its way the length of the ice. Sticked away by Schrader to the far side. Delayed offside call against Eau Claire. They'll touch up with 2:10 to go here in the third period. All tied at 1. As Woods will corral the puck at the red line and chop it on in behind the end line. McGregor hard in on the forecheck. Forces a turnover. Sweeps it to the high slot. Taken over by Eau Claire. Vogel in front of the penalty box. Up to Tomes. Tomes leaves it for McGregor at the end of the shift. Peels away from pressure. Jack McGregor across the blue line. Wrist shot whistles just wide. 1:38 to go in the third period. We're all tied at 1 here. Ells battling in on the forecheck. Tomes goes in for support. Comes out with the loose puck. Has Ringgold in the high slot who just entered the ice. Mann and Cox on the blue line. Puck picked off by Ringgold and sent into the offense, back into the offensive ends. 80 seconds to go here in the final period. 1-1 hockey game between the Old Abes and the Wildcats. Indirect pass off the glass. Icing going to be waved off against Eau Claire. And it's gathered up by Malosi. Malosi up to Kyler Ringgold. Ringgold across the red line. Under a minute to go now in the third, and a high stick call against Eau Claire's Kelly. And the draw will come in the offensive end. 59.4 to play here in the final frame, a 1-1 score. Tomes, Mann, McGregor, Vogel, and Woods. Mann lining up at that right point as Tomes takes the faceoff, wins it forward. It's picked up by the Old Abes. They're able to blake it out. Here goes Olson, the goal scorer here this afternoon for Eau Claire. Sends it over to the far side. Flocked up by Mann. Mann with a head of steam. Over to the right side to Woods. Played up to McGregor. Back behind the goal line. McGregor sends it to the high slot off the stick of Kelly and sent just wide. Puck rolling behind the goal line. 29 seconds to go here. Woods applies the body on Brennan. Now McGregor in. McGregor knocked to his feet by Kelly. And Eau Claire looks for a change. 2-on-1 chance here, 15 seconds to go. Man, the last man back. Brennan pulls away. Finds Byrne, high slot, save made by Schrader and doesn't leave the rebound. Great save from Jack Schrader, 6 seconds to go. Holds on for the faceoff, all tied at 1. Watch the replay here. Sam Brennan electing to drift away there from the left circle as the old Abes finally get the shot to go, but Schrader stands tall and keeps it out of his cage. Defensive zone face-off here for the Wildcats. Malosi will take it. Wins it over to Ringgold. USM looking for a clear. Down to 3 seconds. Sent the length of the ice by Mann. And we're all tied at 1. 3 periods of play in the books. So we'll have some free hockey for you here this afternoon. 8-minute overtime session. As a goal apiece in the third period. Carter Olson at 10:48 for Eau Claire. And Charlie Keogh, a power play goal at 12:15 for the Wildcats. We'll take a quick pause in the action. And when we return, it's overtime hockey. Buckle up, folks. We get set and ready to go for overtime action here. Puck's down and we're underway. 5-on-5 hockey. It's the USM Wildcats and the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes. Here comes Joe Kelly. His shot sent just wide off the end boards. It's back out through center. Man now across the blue line. That's out to Peyton Platter. Platter over to Olson. His shot save made by Schrader up into protective netting, but a penalty. It's back out through center. Man now across the blue line. That's out to Peyton Platter. Platter over to Olsen. His shot save made by Schrader up in a protective net. Schrader. It was Olsen with the shot, Schrader with the save. The Wildcats struck on the power play at 12:15 in that third period. Charlie Keogh to tie the game at 1. And it's the Old Abes on the power play. 27 seconds into the overtime session. Face-off. Won by Kelly. Out to the left point to Lindsay. Wrist shot right into the breadbasket of Schrader, who will hold on for a face. Face-off. Won by Kelly. Out to the left point to Lindsay. Wrist shot right into the bread. Kelly takes the face-off near side for the Old Abes on the power play. Broken up, Vogel with the clearing effort and sent the length of the ice. High stick called against the Wildcats, but it'll be the Old Abes who touch it up first. Minute 35 to go in the power play. 7:05 to go in overtime as we're all tied at 1. Vogel behind his goal line. Second clearing attempt. Make it 2 for 2 for 7 and Navy. Wildcats will swap out some personnel here. Thundercloud, Tomes, and Els. Vogel still on the back end. Here comes Kelly across the attacking line. Good back check from Peter Els, able to take the puck right off the stick of Joe Kelly and send it the length of the ice. Lindsay peeling away from pressure of Els. Up to the left side. Vogel off the glass, sent the length of the ice. How about we make it 3 for 3 now on the kills for Michael Vogel, and he'll go for a change. 46 seconds left in the power play here for the Old Abes. 6:15 to go in overtime, all tied at 1. Ringgold, Tomes up front, Thundercloud and Mann drifting back off the red line here. Here goes Kizon across the attacking line for the Old Abes. He'll send it along the end boards. Back to Kizon. Kizon plays it with Campbell. Out to the right point to Tavare. Tavare trying to get around Ringgold. Ringgold will work him to the outside. Right point to Brennan. Left point to Burns. Shot off the stick of Malosi and just wide. 4 seconds to go on the power play. And the Wildcats are able to kill off the penalty. 5:30 to go here in overtime, all tied at 1. Strenke plays it out to the neutral zone, up to Tavare, racing down the left side. Dodges the pressure of Woods, turnaround wrist shot, flung wide. Brennan keeps it alive at the right point. Trying to turn away from Malosi. 2-on-2 battle, Thundercloud comes out with the puck. Plays it back for Mann behind his own goal line. Quick stretch pass to the far side. And it'll be an icing call against USM. .4:59 here to go in this overtime session, all tied at 1. Vogel, Els, Kennedy, Tomes, and McGregor will battle in this defensive zone face-off. Tomes trying to win it back. Kelly comes out with it. Net is knocked off its moorings. The referee took a spill right below us. And a face-off will come in the same location. Kelly for the Old Abes, Tome for the Wildcats. Tomes wins it back. Kennedy now battling, trying to knock this puck out of his own end. Gets it up to Els, and Els will fling it to the far side. Icing going to be waved off. Lindsay collects behind his own cage. Up to the left wing side to Carter Olsen. Ethan Tomes for the Wildcats. Banks it on into the offensive end. 4:27 to go here in overtime. Puck reverses to the near side. Gathered up by Lindsay. Lindsay's pass over to the right side to Kelly. Back over to Platter. Platter down into the far corner to Lindsay. Vogel comes out with the puck for the Wildcats, looking for a clear across the blue line. Plays up to Kyler Ringgold. 2-on-2 rush, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Broken up by Kelly. Kelly, a stretch pass up to Campbell. Campbell shimmies his way. Left pad save from Schrader. Oh, what a stop in overtime as USM looks to counter the other way, but Jack Schrader keeping the game alive with the left pillow save. 3:32 to go in overtime. In on the forecheck is Kizon. Trying to battle him off the puck is Vogel, and it hops over the stick at the left point of Andrew Parrott. Wildcats in the midst of a change. Woods, Ringgold, Tomes, Cox, and Thundercloud up. As the puck bouncing right in front of the USM bench. And a hand pass going to be called against Eau Claire. Boy, what a save there from Holmes, Cox, and Thundercloud up. As the puck bouncing right in front of the USM bench. Abe's end. Exactly 3 minutes to play in overtime. McGregor takes the draw for the Wildcats. Wins it back. Thundercloud does a nice job to keep it alive in the zone. Tipped wide by McGregor, who's in the high slot. Now Mann leaves it for Tomes. Tomes peeling away from pressure. Out to McGregor, right circle. Drops it at the hash marks for Mann. Back down low to McGregor. McGregor to Tomes. Now the two will battle in the near corner. McGregor comes out with the puck. Great pass to Mann. A shot blocked down, and wincing on the ground there is Lindsay. A great block. McGregor gets it back. Wrist shot sent just high and wide. 2:19 to go in overtime. Puck battle here. It's Cox back for the Wildcats. Skates away from pressure of Cole Fisher. And a rung up and out of play. Faceoff will come back in the Wildcats' end with 64 seconds to go here in overtime. Vogel and Kennedy on the blue line. Ringgold, Malosi, and Woods up front. Kelly kicks it back. Battling for the puck. Kennedy now behind his own goal line. Sends it over his defensive partner, Michael Vogel. Platter sweeps it to the near side. It's back down into the old Abe's end. 1:50 to go here in overtime. Byrne looking to skate it out of his own end. Over to the left wing side, across the attacking line to Olsen. Olsen shot risen into the stomach of Schrader, who makes the save. And he'll elect for a face time. Byrne looking to skate it out of his own end. Over to the left wing side, across the attacking line to Olsen. Good save from Jack Schrader. Holmes takes the draw, wins it. Kelly racing after it. Out to the right point to Byrne. Byrne looking to unload. Ellis good pressure. Now Vogel off the glass trying to find McGregor. Byrne uses that 6'5" reach and able to swat at the puck. 1:17 to go here in overtime. Here's Kelly. Kelly over to Olsen. They score. Joe Kelly wins it in overtime for the Eau Claire. 5 reach and able to. With 1:13 left in the overtime session, Joe Kelly, number 19, will seal the deal in Eau Claire with the 2-1 road victory. Well, that'll just about do it here this afternoon. Eau Claire victorious in overtime. A final score of 2-1. So long, and we'll see you Tuesday night live from ULN Ice Arena.